Hello and welcome back to Mars Horizon, where we lead Japan in the space race. In last episode we completed the milestone Venus Impactor. If you haven't seen that episode or previous, please find a link in the description below to take to the playlist for this Let's Play. In this episode we'll be focusing on the next milestone, Space Telescope. Okay, so Space Telescope. It's all research ready to go, so let's get going. So we've got standard, power and navigation on prototype, but we'll stick with the standard because that's all it's the best value for money and reliability. So let's get that built for 7 months time. Okay, so previously we've got the Neptune Flyby, which is due in 14 months time, the Jupiter Comet Impact, which is due next month, and the Grand Tour is due for the Jupiter Flyby in 4 months time. So we'll go back. So the Jupiter Comet Impact is due next month, and we also have the mission control expansion will be completing next month, so we'll have additional mission control slot for that. Research wise, we are researching towards the Mars prep for the robotic rover. Then we go on to the Curiosity and start getting through these prep missions and Era 4 missions. So that's the plan. We do need to come back up and get the Saturn flyby, the Uranus flyby, and then move on to the Saturn orbiter and the Jupiter orbiter and the Galileo. That's the plan. Okay. The other agencies are working on, so NASA is working on the Voyager, they've got nothing upcoming. The Soviets are working on the Vesta and then going to the crewed moon landing. The ESA is not doing any research, but they're working towards the Mars orbit, which is the next mission. Chinese aren't researching anything and they're doing the Mars lander next. Okay, so we may as well move on to the next month. Again, so we go mission control expansion is complete, and we've got additional one mission slot, and the next phase of the Jupiter Comet is ready to go. So without delay, let's get on and get this one done. Okay, we could auto resolve it. Might be worth a shot. Yeah, let's auto resolve it. Did it work? It did, I think. Just flies past Jupiter, but yeah. So Jupiter flyby is complete. Didn't get the bonus, but it's not the end of the world. So let's continue. Still good research and good support. Looks like the moon has a new request mission. Another studies one, which is 2 very good missions there for support and science. Okay, so yeah, so now we have 2 mission slots available. So we may as well do some request missions. So this one's got 3,000 science and a vehicle upgrade, as well as a heat analysis, which is 2,000. The request missions over on the moon are both 4,000 research. So phase 1 after launch, do these 5 tasks, and another 5 tasks for this one here. Both of them are using crew. I think we've got enough crew members to do this, so that shouldn't be too bad. So let's start getting both of them. Very good science, good support. So let's plan the mission. So we've got Apollo for standard crew, comms and navigation. We will stick with the standard. Let's get that built. And we'll get the studies one done as well. Need to keep this yeah, so just do comms. So both of them will probably be, yeah, get a standard done and build. So I bet both of them are due in 5 months time, so we'll have both of them to launch and complete. We've done both of these missions in the past before, so it might just be, we'll just go through them quickly. Okay, so halfway for the robotic rover, or just under, no, just over, sorry. Good science coming in, so let's move forward. No water on Venus. Measurements taken by a recent entry probe have revealed that despite Venus' dense clouds, the planet lost its water long ago. The clouds are instead composed of mostly sulfuric acid droplets, so we gain additional science. 300 additional science. Brilliant. So this is one of the reasons why I've gone back to these Era 2 missions, purely because it gives us good science by completing the mission, but also gives us extra events like that popping up, and I'm hoping to start unlocking some request missions for them. As they're close to Earth, it doesn't take that long to get them done, to complete, and get the bonuses that we need to move forward. So other than that, we may as well keep going because there's not much more we can do. Okay, so the great spot. Spectacularly close-up images of Jupiter's giant red spot captured during your Jupiter Comet Impact mission have featured predominantly in the media. A tremendous anticyclonic storm, the giant red spot is larger than the diameter of the Earth. Gain additional 250 support. Wow. So the red spot is actually bigger than the Earth. Wow, impressive. And the Mars Prep robotic rover is complete. We've now reached Era 4 for multiplanetary species. So Mars is firmly in the sights of all the space agencies. Landing humans on the red planet is widely seen as the first major step in making us an interplanetary species. But who will reach Mars first? Well, I am hoping us. So where is Jupiter? Yeah, Jupiter's here, so that wherever the spot's gone is bigger than the Earth. Impressive. Okay, so research, we need to move on to the Curiosity. So, a large advanced rover designed for extended exploration and analysis of the surface of Mars. Okay, work on that one. It's 10,000 and we've got a bit of science coming in, so we do need to get a bit more science sorted out as soon as we possibly can. The Quest mission on the Earth is an orbital radio. Okay, it's not really that impressive, but it's better than no research. Yeah, okay. But we've got everything's already under missions anyway. So 37 for Neptune, 1 more month for the Grand Tour. We've got the Space Telescope due in 4 months, the Lunar Roving 3, and 3 for the Selenological Studies. Moving forward then. Okay, so the Grand Tour is ready to go. So don't need the crew for this one. So Grand Tour, let's continue. Okay, similar cutscene to the Jupiter Impact one. So, Grand Tour Phase 2. Like I say, normally I would do all the phases of the milestone missions, but with the Grand Tour, I'm just going to do the launch, which I've already done, and I'll do the last mission, which I think is the Pluto flyby. Only because the Jupiter flyby has its own milestone mission, and I'd rather document that than do these in between. So all the in-between ones for the Grand Tour will be in other upcoming episodes. So just keep an eye on that. I won't be cutting these out. I'll let you watch the entire thing as in a normal milestone mission. So I hope you're enjoying these. Okay, so we've got 13 comms, 23 data and 30 navigation to complete the mission. We've got 25 comms and 45 data and 25 navigation to get the bonus, and 9 power and 6 radiation to deal with, which will fluctuate between 3 and 6 radiation per term. So looking at a quick glance here, it's probably going to be hard to get the bonus because we need 45 data while also trying to use the data while also trying to keep on top of the radiation. So we will have to wait and see. But we have 6 commands and 6 turns, and we have got the power variation of the Grand Tour for this I think it's the Voyager payload. So we need to try and get rid of the radiation as efficiently as we can do so, because if we don't, it will damage the payload. So to start with, we could get some power. Sorry, to use power to data, but if we don't want to use the radiation and power, nah. I think the best option is to use power and get rid of the radiation to give us some comms. We could then turn 3 comms into 4 data. So 4 comms and 2 data. We could do that twice actually. That'll get rid of the radiation and give us quite a few resources though, for 8 comms and 4 data. And we need to get the data quite high anyway. So that gets rid of the radiation and he only uses 1 power. 2 power, I think. Was it 2 power? Yeah, 2 power. Okay, so then we need to start looking at getting. We could then we don't want to turn the data into navigation and comms because we need that as much as possible. But we could turn 2 of, or do it twice actually. Do 4. Use 4 comms to get 6 navigation, 6 data and 4 navigation. I think that's a good start. So we'll confirm that and see how reliable we are. So 62% is good. 3% is not the best, I should say. But we can resist it for 1 power, but to only gain additional 1 navigation, it's not worth it. So let's just let that go. Okay, 69% is good. Command failed. Packet failed due to... Ah, right. Yeah, I should have used the power. That was a waste of a command. That is my bad. And this is now terrible. Oh, sugar. Oh, I should have seen that. That's now completely destroyed everything. Damn. Okay, we'll keep moving forward. I need to keep an eye on what I'm cancelling, so in case something doesn't continue. So can't look back. Got to keep moving forward. So, okay, so let's get rid of the. We could do 2 of them, and that. Yep. So we'll use the power and radiation to get free navigation, and put the rest into free navigation and radiation to get rid of the radiation and give us a load of comms and navigation. Okay, yeah, comms and data. So that's looking good. But again, we just did waste 3 turns, so 3 commands. So it's not the best. So hopefully we can still move forward. Just got to play a lot more smarter. Okay, so I might do that actually because I need to get this navigation back up. Okay, so we'll do, yeah, so we've got 3 navigation and 1 radiation to get 4 comms and 2 data. We'll do that twice. We'll then turn power and radiation into free navigation and put free navigation and radiation to 4 comms and 2 data. Do 2 comms into free data and 2 navigation. And I think that's all we can do for this turn. Okay, that one fails. It's not the best. Now let's be sensible about what I don't resist and what I do resist. So that will just give us an extra comms. I don't think it makes a difference because nothing's crossed out here. So we'll accept that because it's not worth it for one data. So that's good. Brilliant. But yeah, missing them 3. Oh, 96, brilliant. Yeah, missing them 3 commands is going to be just make it a lot more harder. So okay, so we can use a comms. No problem. Use the comms. We've got a bit of excess of them at the minute. And we gained 6. Awesome, just what we need, more radiation. Okay, so we could use a power, we could do that twice. So power and 2 radiation to get free navigation, and then we could turn free navigation into 1 free navigation and 1 radiation to 4 comms and 2 data. That seems pretty reasonable. Either that or we'll just do that one more time. That might be better actually. Just waste, yeah, use free power to get rid of 6 radiation to gain 9 navigation. Okay, so let's get rid of the radiation. We've got 3 turns now to use to gain probably more comms. So we could use a power and navigation or just use the comms. Yeah, sorry, to get the data. So we could just do that once or twice. No, once. Want to see keep some power behind. And the other one we can do is comms. To be fair, actually, let's just get rid of the power. Do that 3 times because we can just use 1 comms, 1 navigation to get 5 comms back, which pretty much pays for all this. So let's confirm that because we need to try and keep as much power as possible for these radiations. Okay, that's not bad. We've got a first fail. Come on, catch up. Right, so we can use a power to gain some more comms, but it's 2, but it's not going to affect what we're doing as the upcoming one. So I think we're going to accept the loss. Okay, this would use a navigation. That's fine. It's only 1, so we've probably lost 3 navigation in this mission so far. Yeah, I'm going to accept that again. It's just not worth wasting an extra 3 or 4 power just doing that. Oh, come on, 6 again. Right. Okay, so we've got 3 turns. Right, so we need to get the comms up. So we could do with doing at least 1 of them. Maybe 3 of them, because I want to keep the power. So, yeah, we could do power and 2 radiation to get free navigation, and turn that free navigation into free navigation and 1 radiation to get 4 comms and 2 data, and do that 4 times to try and keep the power. We could use all the power, but it's not going to help as much out. Plus that, it actually gives us 4 comms and 2 data, which is quite good. So we're getting close to. So the comms I'm not much concerned about. It's the data and the navigation in the last 2 turns, because I've got to get to 25 and 45. But to be fair, we're only just shy of the navigation to complete the objective, which is the main thing of what we're trying to do here. So we could then turn some comms. Yeah, do 2 comms then into 2 comms into 3 data and 2 navigation. At least that'll keep it going a bit more, and see how that goes. We've still got another 2 turns to do. 98, brilliant. I'm going to say it's a good start. It didn't last long though. Okay, so we could resist, but we'll only gain additional comms, which I don't think we need. So let's accept the loss. Okay, 61's good. 66 is good, and 3% is not the best. So again, we're just losing extra comms, which we're not too fussed about. We're quite good at comms at the minute. Okay, 59% is good. And what are you going to do this time for us? Oh, 4, being generous. Okay, so I would like just to use. We'll use 1 and then do 2. Yeah, so use 1 power and 2 radiation to get 3 navigation. Use 3 navigation and 1 radiation to get 4 comms and 2 data. And we'll do that twice. We'll keep the radiation down. We've now got the bonus done for the comms. We are, what's that, 7 away from the data, and we're quite away from the navigation. So we could use 2 comms to get 2 comms to get 2 data and 3 data, sorry, and 2 navigation. That would actually put us over, to be fair, on the comms. We've got another turn left to go after this, so I'm tempted to do. Is there anything else that would get me data and navigation? Not really. Okay, because the important concern is next turn we'll have another. The last turn we'll have more stuff to get rid of. So let's just have a look at this a bit more sensibly. So we need to try and get the data up. So it might be worth. I don't want to waste too much data though. It's the comms I can get rid of, but maybe do a mixture of both of them. But the problem is that we're spending comms here to get data. Yeah, so if we use comms here, we don't mind the comms. We can gain them back quite well with doing this one. But we're spending data navigation to gain that. So we would achieve all the data here, but we're then going to be shy of 9. So where can we get? Yeah, so we could actually then use some power and comms into 6 navigation. So I think that's the best option. We are short of comms though, so we do need to try and get that up as well. So maybe knock off a bit there. And it could use the extra power, but I don't see the reason to do that just yet, because we need 15 navigation now. But if we had the power, we could just go straight for 6. So we could do that instead. Yeah, let's go for that. We can't resist anything though, that's going to be the issue now. And the first one's failed, so we're going to have to accept everything that comes. The game catches up. Okay, just accept it. 95 is good, so we gain a bit more data. 47's just in. Okay, 24's not good. And we're just going to have to accept whatever comes with it. So we're going to lose a navigation. And another fail, so come on, game, catch up. Right, yeah, it's just 1 navigation loss. So not the best turn. And to be fair, we probably haven't got to deal with the radiation this turn, so we'll just deal with that later. So we have completed the objective, which is the main thing. We are out of power. So let's see if we can actually get there. So I don't think we're actually going to be possible to do it now. So basically I need to use everything, but that's not. Yeah, I don't see it being possible unless we're going to recharge. So for recharge, I need to. Okay, that's not going to be better for us, but even then, that's 6. But if we're going to use 2, I may as well do 2 of them. Well, that gets us up to 20, and we've only got 1 turn left to go. Okay, and we're still short, so I don't see this being possible. I'm sure somebody is in the watching this going, you can do this, you can do that, but yeah, that's going to get rid of the navigation. I think I messed it up with the beginning of it, but that doesn't help us in the slightest. We just need to get rid of the power. Again, if we're doing that, we're just wasting all our data, and we need data to complete the bonus anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to do 2 there, but that just leaves me with 2 command slots, and everything's still missing. Well, I'm not going to waste any time. I think we've got the objective done. We're just not going to get the bonus, so I'm going to complete the task and continue. I can't see a way of saving that mission now, so I don't think I played it particularly well, but I'm not going to lose anything. I'm not going to lose much out of that. So yes, it would have been better, but it's just got to move on. Okay. So active missions. So Neptune's 36, Grand Tour's now got 24 months to go before it gets to Saturn. Telescope is 3 months to go, and 2 months for both of the moon missions. Yep, so let's just keep moving forward. Right, so the greatest tour. Your PR team are eager to run a publicity event promoting the success of the Grand Tour mission so far. This would result in an immediate 250 support boost for the agency. However, members of the team are suggesting that waiting until next successful planetary visit would result in an even greater boost. Yet they warn that should the mission fail the next phase, no publicity event will be possible, resulting in no boost at all. I think for 250 we can get that in just normal missions. So we're going to delay the event because we've got all full intention of making it possible. So event delayed. You've decided to delay the publicity event until after the next phase of the mission. The support reward will be higher, but only if the successful complete the phase. Right then, so where are we with the space telescope again? 2 months. Okay, we're getting close to getting there. Okay, so just under halfway for the Curiosity as well, so we're doing quite well there. Has anyone else got anything unlocked over here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's fine. Right. Yeah, this is the which one's this one then? Yeah, that could be the Grand Tour payload. But move on. Will Mars reignite rivalry? News programs are debating whether to race to Mars will see a renewal of the rivalry between Japan and China, and most importantly, who will win. Your agency has been approached for comment. So play up rivalry or play down rivalry. I don't know what to do here. Well, obviously we're going to get there first is the plan, but do we want to continue the rivalry with them? And we are going for all of them with humanity, so we'll play down the rivalry. Okay, your agency has downplayed the rivalry between Japan and China. Getting humans on Mars is about more than one-upmanship. Okay, it's it's about achieving something all of humanity can be proud of. So we gain 20 reputation from China, and I fully agree with that. It is all for humanity, not just for one nation. Okay, so the Lunar Rover is done. Vehicle upper stage gains 2 experience levels after launch. Okay, which I don't think is going to be the problem. I think we're going to be using the shuttle. And we've got 50% build time for level 0 vehicle parts, but minus 50% launch reliability. Okay, that's not as good. Let's see how it goes though. So we'll start with the Lunar Rover because it's on top. So we'll select that, and yeah, we'll reuse a shuttle. Okay, so we've recently used the Samurai, so let's go for the Shogun. So reuse, and yeah, so we've got experience, but we've already got it. So can we use this though? Don't think we can. So we can't use this one. So yeah, that's fine. Confirm. We're going to have to reuse the Atasure, supposedly. It's quite expensive though. So is there another design we can build? upper stage. So it's the so it's the ITVB and Saturn V. Yeah, so it'll be the same rocket. Is that right? So it'd be Saturn. Yeah, so it's the Saturn parts. So reuse the design of the upload design. Yep. So exactly so. So let's just look at the upgrade points. So we could bring the cost down a little bit, and we've only had 1 point. So it's reinforcement. Can't even use the escape system, which is not the best. It literally is reinforcement or the. I'm possibly going to go with the reinforced tank walls. So thickening the fuel tank walls reduces the likelihood of vehicle launch issues. For the sake of 10%, let's get that. Contractors, it's not a lucrative mission, so we just want to get this one done. So we don't want to waste 3 months for 30% reduction. We've got the funds, so we'll build it in-house, and we will confirm that design. Let's get that built for 1 year and 1 month. That is shocking. I thought it was going to be a lot quicker than that, but oh well. Right, let's get the next one ready to go. Can we reuse a shuttle? No, because the payload's too high. It's a shame. And again, I bet it'd be the same principle. We're going to have to reuse the same type of rocket. Yeah, because of what we're trying to do with the payload and all that kind of stuff. So let's not mess around. Let's get that done. And we'll, again, may as well use the reinforced tank walls. So confirm and build. So just spend a couple of million, maybe about 10 million there, but it's all good. Okay, so yeah, 34 months for Neptune Flyby, 22 for the next part of the Grand Tour. The Space Telescope is ready next month, and the 2 moon missions are ready in 13 months' time, and they're both pretty much going to be exactly the same. Okay, moving forward. Space Telescope. Looking nice. Right, the contractor effects decreased by 50%. Okay, so we probably won't be using contractors for this one. Okay, so let's select the vehicle. We may as well reuse. Is that again the Odyssey? No, yeah, the Odyssey I. Load design. Yeah, Saturn IB. But we could use the Centaur D. It does look funny though. But it saves a month, but it costs a bit more money. The reliability goes down. There's nothing else we can do until we start doing some more research, and yeah, we can only select the Saturn V. Yeah, I need to get these research, these blocks and stuff. Okay, yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, it'll be 13 months for this to be built. We could reduce the price again, but it increased by 3 months, and we're not 2 months. And for the price difference of 2 months, it's not particularly worth it. We're getting what we get back in 1 month anyway. So, and that's probably down to, they go back, this minus decreased by 50%. So that's particularly why. So the vehicle upgrade, again, it's going to be the capacitive casing or the reinforced walls. Again, reinforced walls all the way. So confirm that and build. Again, that'll be another year. So again, the ATCR is being used in the next 3 upcoming missions. So we've got basically a year to go for these 2 moon ones, and then another month, so 13 for the Space Telescope. Yep, okay, so bit of time to pass. So we've got another request mission, but it's not looking that good. So yeah, active missions, not the best. So we've got 2 long-term missions underway. Yeah, pretty much 2 long-term missions which will be done roughly at the same time, I believe. So, and then these 3 will be done again roughly at the same time. So we've got nothing to do now, and so we just have to keep moving to the next month. What's that been? Shame I can't zoom out, so I'd like to know what this is coming past here, but too late. Got a spacewalk, which would be nice for a vehicle upgrade, and another heat analysis. Okay, so the agencies. NASA's nothing upcoming. They're doing the Mars lander, Modular 3. So they're researching the Space Telescope, where we're looking at launching it in 12 months time possibly now. Mars lander and Saturn Flyby. Okay, so they're catching up a little bit. The Mars, no one else has researched anything yet, but as I say, we've got a year to go before we can do anything, so this is the going to be the problem, is what's going to happen in that time while we're waiting. But we've got a budget review and it didn't go that far, but still better than nothing. But we're still getting 714,000 per month. Brilliant. Yeah, the problem now is though the research has dramatically stopped because we're not getting any quick missions coming through the door. So anything I missed? Don't think so. NASA's launching Jupiter Flyby. Okay, keep moving forward. New request mission, not that we can do it. It's not that good anyway. I think I'll stay at Mars because I just want to keep an eye out every month about anything going on here. But it doesn't look like we need to. Yeah, Space Station, Vesta, Space Telescope and Mars Ground Hab. Right, so they're doing the Ground Hab, which is this one here. Which makes sense because they went straight from Modular Space Station 2 to Modular Station 3 onto the Mars prep for the Ground Hab. So they're going to go that way. That's it, we are working away through this one. And I think once that's done, I may go down to the Modular 3, so we can get down this payload structure. But it makes a difference which way we go, because we could go straight to the Mars prep this one and get the sampler, but either way we need to go for the telescope or for the modular space station to be able to get down here. But yeah, so we're at 28%, they're 21, 20, 22, so they're all roughly at the same stage, just a little bit behind us, but we do need to keep an eye on that so they don't shoot on past us. Okay, yep, nothing to do, so keep moving forward. Right, so NASA is doing the space station now, the Jupiter Flyby, Vesta, and Modular Space Station 3 for the Soviets. ESA's got no research and they're doing the Mars lander, and the Chinese are doing the Grand Hab and the Saturn Flyby. Okay, moving on. So another request mission for EVA, APS. After critical, yep, okay, that sounds good. NASA Space Station Jupiter Flyby, Soviets do no research, Lunar Orbit, Mars Lander, and the Granat. Okay, not sure what that is, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. Yeah, Saturn Flyby and Mars, they're still doing the Mars prep for the Hab. Okay, moving on. And the Curiosity research has now been complete. Okay, so, yep, the Curiosity is now ready to go, so that's brilliant. Part of me thinks whether or not to just go, we can either come back and do these, but I don't think that's really worth it for us at the minute. So we're doing the Space Telescope, we've got the Modular Space Station 2 as the next milestones. We also have the Mercury and the Venus to do as well. So and also now we have the Mars prep. I do think it may be better to go and get this, as we said before. I am going to do this. So the Aeronautics Research Lab. A dedicated aeronautics research lab will enhance our engineering and aerodynamics expertise, greatly benefiting the development of new rocket technology. And this just gives us minus 20% costs, research costs on vehicles research tree, which is all this. And as I say, we are going to have to get some of this unlocked to be able to progress any further with the upcoming missions. So what's happened over here on Mars? As I say, we've now got this one unlocked. So the Mars Prep robotic rover, and we've got another subsurface penetrator. Okay, that's fine. Can't do too much with that anyway, so we've got to keep moving on. So active missions, we've got 23 months to go for the Neptune, 11 for the next phase of the Grand Tour. The Space Telescope is 3 months away and 2 months for the Moon's missions. Diplomacy, we have NASA, not currently researching, but they're doing the Jupiter Flyby. Nothing for the Soviets, and they're doing the Mars lander. ESA doing the Granat, not sure what that is, maybe some sort of payload or rocket. And they're doing the Mars lander as well. And Chinese are still doing the Mars prep for the Grand Hab and the Modular Space Station 2 and the Saturn Flyby. Readiness, we're at 29% now because I think we've got a little bit more research done. But we could do completing that the Mars prep mission. Okay, so 23 and 22, so they are catching up a little bit, so we do need to be careful. But we've got 3 missions upcoming that should push that up a bit more. Okay, next month then, let's go on to do something that's interesting. Instead of just sitting here waiting for things to be built. Okay, so Lunar Rover is now done, no effects. We now need to get them, hopefully get them launched soon as well. And this studies one has got minus 3% launch reliability penalty for suboptimal launch windows and increased frequency of suboptimal launch windows. Not the best, but excuse me, it is what it is. Right, let's go with the Lunar Rover just because it's the best. It's got the Hoddy, it's got no effects. Right, so let's go back. So this one here, 75 and 90, so it's looking pretty good. So what I would like for this one is a test pilot. Yeah, so we'll assign the test pilot. We'll get a scientist and a electrician. Yeah, get electrician. So we'll confirm them free. We'll get the payload up because I want to make sure these missions can get done pretty well. And I'm not going to wait. Let's get this one launched so we can get another mission underway and keep the keep these episodes interesting instead of me just sitting here skipping turns. Anyway, again, we'll go for a scientist, a test pilot, problem solver or navigation. Let's go for a problem solver. So let's get them confirmed. Just go back. So 95 and 75%. Let's, again, the science is already pretty good anyway, so let's just get the payload sorted out. And this is the problem. We're going to have to go in May. There's no choice about it. I'm not messing around with 3 astronauts live, so we'll get that set up and going. So we've got one mission to go next month, which is the Lunar Rover, and we'll have the Space Telescope to do as well. So, yep. So the Space Telescope is ready to go. So let's go. And the Lunar Rover is ready to launch. Let's get it launched. And it's raining. Typical. Okay, we've still got 90% chance. We have reinforcements, so let's continue. Right, how well did that do? That's fine. 25% is better than nothing. Let's move on. Yep, so got a bonus. I'm going to auto resolve this purely because we've done a few missions of these in the past now, so let's move on. And they are successfully returning to Earth. Brilliant news. Okay, and they successfully splashed down into the sea, which is nice. Yep, no bonus, but we just need the mission completed, which is fine, and successfully completed. Right, so these 3 astronauts now will recuperate for 6 months. I hope you enjoy your relaxation. Right, so let's get the Space Telescope training done. Okay, I'm going to go for payload, purely because we're pretty good on the launch reliability, and 8% is still good, but I'd rather get a bit better, and the science is already good. So let's go for a March launch. Accept and confirm. Okay, go back to mission control. Yep, so we've got 20 months for the Neptune, 8 months for the next Grand Tour, 3 months for the Space Telescope, and 5 for the Seismological Studies. Okay, and we've got finally a free new mission slot. Well, with that in mind, I need to plan the next milestone, I think, just to keep on top of it. So we could either start looking at doing the Mars, because I know the Chinese are close behind. No, they're doing the ground habitat, so we're not going to be able to catch them with that one. They're going to take that one, so that's fine. I don't think we need to do any more quest missions. We've got a few going forward. So we've got the choice between the Modular Space Station 2, or maybe the Venus Impactor, or the Mercury. I think I'm going to do the Mercury. It's short. It should be short and sweet. It's 2 phases, nothing dramatic here. So let's get this planned. We'll just stick with a standard payload. Go for the power, but we'll stick with a standard and get it built for 3 months' time. It's hopefully going to be a quick, short mission, and it'll get it done and be another nice little milestone under the Japanese Space Agency's belt. NASA, what they do now, they're doing the Skylab and they're doing the Jupiter flyby, they're doing the grounds, so the Soviet's now doing the ground hab and the Mars lander. ESA is still doing the Gunat and the Mars lander. Okay, they're all doing the Mars lander, should we say, apart from the NASA. And the Chinese are doing the Long March. Excuse me. Right, so let's just go back to Mars, which I think we've already done this one. Yes, they're all completing towards that, so that's what they're all achieving. So let's go for a review next month. Yeah, so we're nowhere near getting this one done, we're only halfway. So still 714,000 per month, which is great. Okay, so Soviet Union failed the modular space station 3, and the Chinese launched theirs. Where's it gone? Down here. Yep. So the Chinese are launching in 23 months by the looks of it, and the Soviets obviously failed theirs. So it said, yeah. So yeah, Soviet Union failed modular space station 3, and the Chinese launched in 24 months' time. Oh, that's unfortunate for the Soviet Union. Then not good, because I think that'll be a crewed mission, isn't it? Yes. So they must have lost some astronauts there. So sad news. Okay, so active missions. Mercury orbit's going in 2 months' time, and then yeah, we've got 2 months to go, so it'll be both of them be done at the same time, but that's fine. Move forward. Yeah, so the Yonos Research Lab is now complete, so we need to get that built. Where is it? So we've got the PR office, which we haven't done. There we go. Yep, so the Aeronautic Research Lab. So we can put it there for build time, which works well in this corner as well. So that's 175 compared to 12. Oh, over here, what do we get here? It's cheaper. Does make a difference where we put it. We get minus 3% payload build cost plus also science. And we, yeah, so what's that one? Build time and payload cost. So it's cost and science. I suppose that's actually quite good. Build time's only 2%. I think this one here looks better. It's cheaper than all the positions. Yeah, go for there. And that'll take 10 months to build, and then we can start looking at getting that research off vehicles. I think that's okay for the minute, because we are running out of space for starters. Yeah, so let's get back onto the missions. Going forward, I am tempted to go for the sampler one, because we can go straight onto that, onto this, and then we can start looking at the rest of them. Yeah, so let's go for the Mars sample retriever. So retrieving a sample off the Martian surface would provide an incredible opportunity for scientists to perform detailed analysis that would otherwise be impossible. This technical, ambitious mission will involve sending a lander to Mars to collect rock and dust samples, which will return to Earth by a specialized ascent rocket. Okay, so we'll start looking at doing that, and then we'll get the payload done. Looks like we have another quest mission. Life support test is funding, but still, so we need the money. Money's okay at the minute, but yeah, it's still a good mission. So, what's happening there? Yeah, so that'll be done next month, and we're ready to do the telescope launch next month as well. So let's continue. So the Mercury orbit got minus 25% vehicle build time and minus 25% science reward. Not the best, because we could do with the science, but can't help it. Anyway, the space telescope. Let's go for launch. Looking like a nice day. So, launch day for the SSR of March 1988. Okay, so we've got good conditions. Its launch reliability is 99%, and we have the reinforced tanks. So let's continue. Okay then, how well did that launch go? 37%. Okay, that's good. Yeah, this is fully leveled up now, so let's continue. Oh, the space telescope, March 1988, looking lovely there. Let's get this Hubble into orbit. So achieve Earth orbit. So we've got 9 comms, 9 navigation to the objective done. We need 18 comms and 18 navigation for the bonus. We've got data and power as secondary, and we have to deal with drift between -1 and 1 to achieve the mission. Drift, oh, it's decaying, so drift will be reduced by -2 at the start of the next turn, so we need to get this basically up. Okay, so we've got 4 commands and 4 turns, so let's see how it goes. So if we get power, that does bring the drift up, which is good, but we need to get that a lot higher. Okay, so good thing everything is all positive for the drift. No, you can't use it as such. Okay, so we do want to get attempting to get some power to get some navigation, and then turn the navigation into 6 comms and 2 drift, because we've got -12 to deal with. Sorry, 12 -2. So if we leave it there now, that will go down to -1. So we need to try and get on top of that and keep it where we want it. So that's good comms, but we do need to get the comms and the data. So we'll go for that approach. So that gives us 2 comms. 2 data goes into 3 navigation and 3 comms. Okay, well, let's go for that for the first turn. 29 is good. 32 is good. And a 50% bonus. Brilliant. And a 21. Looking good. And we'll lose drift by 2. Okay, so we're -1 drift, which is fine, but we do want to keep on top of that, which the problem is that it's either power or data or navigation, which isn't particularly good. But we'll use the spare data we have to get 3 navigation and 3 comms, which we can then turn that 3 comms into 6 data, 6 navigation and 2 drift to keep it in check. But we do need to get a lot more navigation, and the only way to get navigation is by spending power, pretty much, or the navigation, which would turn straight into that, so it's going to be hard. So, yeah, so we could do with using some power and getting power and comms to get some navigation to be able to use that to get this one, which is fine. I think that'll do for this turn. I'll confirm that. Yep, 64 is good. 52 is good. And a 82. Very nice. And a 10%. So we've got a fail. It happens. So either we'll use the comms. I'm not fussed. We've got plenty of comms. We've already got the bonus for that. Okay, so we've now gone down to there. We've got the -1 drift, which is fine. So again, we can do that twice. Yeah, so we do 2 data into 3 navigation and 3 comms, and turn the 3 comms into 6 comms and 2 drift. That deals with that situation. We now need to get the navigation up, but the only way to do that is by power or by gaining some more. So we could turn the power. Yeah, we've got 1 turn. I'm tempted to do that because we've got 1 turn left to get 9, and we can get that by using the power and the extra data, and we shouldn't have to deal with the drift next turn. Let's confirm that. 84 is good. 80 is good. And a 63. And the last turn is a 67. Yep, this will take the drift down to -1, but that's it. As long as it's between -1 and 1, we can forget about the drift now and throw everything into and then recharge. Yeah, so if we do everything into use the rest of the data to then gain an extra 3 navigation and 3 comms, and then recharge. That way we should have enough power to resist everything that goes wrong there, and that will have got plenty of comms, and it will give us the navigation we need as well. So let's confirm. Okay, 91%, so that gave us additional navigation, which is perfect. And a 98, so that's another navigation. Wow, that is impressive. All 3 turns perfectly successfully. Okay, so phase 1 is now complete. So we've achieved Earth orbit, but we now need to deploy the satellite, deploy the space telescope systems. Okay, yep, deploy space telescope systems. Let's go. Okay, so we need to achieve this one. For the objective is 5 comms, 13 data. For the bonus, we need, or 50%, is 10 comms and 26 data. We've got navigation and power, and we have to deal with drift again, which is -3. Okay, so every turn, so drift will reduce by -3 at the start of the next turn. So we've got 3, but we need to remain at 0. to complete the mission. So that's going to be tough. So we're going to need to use navigation and data to achieve that. Preferably, if we can get that, it will make it a lot easier. So we could do with getting some base resources. So let's use some comms. Power to comms. Use them 3 comms to get. Free navigation to 4 comms and 2 comms and 4 data. Then I need to get some more navigation. So I could turn 2 comms into free navigation and 3 comms and a drift, and you can do that again. Problem is that we'll lose another 3 and we'll get down to 4, so we'll have to deal with a drift next turn. We'll have plenty of data though. We've got plenty of navigation, but we don't need navigation, to be fair. Could do with that. Let's get rid of that a second actually. I just want to get this one done preferably, so I need to get some navigation. So I could do power to comms, and then use the power to navigation into data to get 5 comms and 3 drift. I don't know if that's the best option actually, so I'm going to cancel that. So indecisive, but we are going to get free comms next turn, and we have a choice between, we'll go over by 1, that's not a major issue. Let's just try and get, because we need plenty of data, so we need to keep on top of this. So we'll turn the free navigation we've got into 4 comms, 4 data and 2 comms, and then turn that once, sorry, 2 data into free navigation, 3 comms and a drift, and then turn. So we could turn it into that, but I need to get the data to keep going. It is part of me just to do it again, and then we can use the extra navigation to get 4 comms there, so that'll give us 8. So that's good actually. Let's confirm that. Okay, 81's good, 59's good, 19's just in, that's all we need, and a final 51%. Okay, so we're now down to -4 drift, so we do need to try and get that back up. Okay, so I want to turn navigation. Is that the right move? Yeah, we need to get some more. We could always use the power and get 2 comms and 2 comms to get 6 navigation. I'd like to use the navigation, so 6 data, use a navigation and 2 data to get 5 comms and 3 navigation to get that back in line. I'd then like to use, I would like to use the drift though here. If I did that, that'll go up, but we're still losing the data. Okay, because next turn we'll go down by 3, so we do. I want to get this under control, so we can just do one of these and then we're back to top. Do that instead, then that gives us plenty of comms and navigation. Yeah, that's fine. We've got 26 to get. We've only got 2 turns to go, but yeah, I think that's the best option. Okay, 43, 27, 7%. No, not good, but we can resist if we need to. So this would lose us a comms, which we don't really want to lose it, but one power to get 1 comms. There is 1 navigation, one comms and 1 data, but I think we can afford to lose it because I think we can use the power elsewhere and get more back in return for it. Yep, so again, we've got back up to 0. We're now back down to 3 drift. Just need to deal with this turn with the drift, and then next turn we've got all range. So we haven't got to deal with the comms. It's purely having to deal with this data. So we can throw a lot of power into the last turn. I mean, if we did that in 1 turn, that'll give us 29. So we should be okay. But let's deal with the drift this turn. So let's get a navigation into data to give 2 data to give us 5 comms and 3 drift. That gets us back to 0. Hold on, but the last turn we'll have to do that again because we'll be ahead. But it is what it is. We'll have to deal with the drift because it needs to be on 0, and we're going to lose number 3 this turn, so we'll have to do that again next turn. We could do it again this turn, and when it gets 3 we've done it, and then we've got the last turn to do what we need to do, but I just don't know if that's going to work, because it's basically that's the biggest one we've got, and that'll only give us 24, so we need to get additional comms this turn, so we could do that twice. But the problem doing that twice would then mean we'll only have probably about 6 turns. 2 turns, sorry, to do the 6, which is 12. Maybe not. Again, it all depends how the turn goes. But that's the best option, is to do that. It gets up to 13. Or we could do that, and then we could use power. We could use the power to get that up, but that might be a better option actually, because if we're going to lose free drift anyway, but we could just use 2 here anyway next turn. Okay. I think that's the best option. Let's make a move for it and go. As long as we get the objective done, that is the main thing we need to be focusing on. Bonus is a bonus. But they're going through quite successfully, so 57 is good. Okay, so we've got the free, yeah. Okay, so the last turn we need to deal with the free drift. So that's the best option, is using a navigation, 2 data to get 5 comms and free drift. Okay, so we haven't got to worry about the comms. We've got 19 for the 10. We just need to get the data up. So we could use the excess navigation to get 4 data and 2 comms, and then we need to use probably 1 power and 2. Is that right? Yeah. But then use 1 power and 2 comms to get us 6 data. So that'll give us 19 comms and 29 data for the bonus of 10 and 26. The drift is under control, so we may as well recharge and give us enough power to do whatever we need to do. Okay, 76 is good. Okay, that's not the best, but we have got power to resolve it, which is the main thing. So, it's a big yes. We need to resist that to get the data that we need. Okay, 19 is all we need. Brilliant. And look at that beautiful thing deploy him. That is nice. Okay, so we did achieve that milestone first, so we gain additional support and science for that. Not much, but better than nothing. And then we got the additional bonus. And Mars preparation goes up. So continue. Okay, so that's the space telescope done. It also gave us a bit more for Mars readiness. So we're on 31%, the rest are 23%. So we do need to keep on top of this and make sure we keep pushing forward at every single mission. So that now means we've got the free slot. The Mercury orbit is the next one we're going to be looking at the milestone for. We need to get the vehicle done and then launch it and then complete the mission. So now that the telescope is in orbit and doing its job nicely, that'll be the end of this mission. End of this video. So thank you very much for watching episode 20 of my Japan's Let's Play. If you like the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next episode of Mars Horizon.